When Google debuted the Pixel Watch last year, it was years in the making. In fact, some of us, like myself, have been waiting 10 years for Google's very own smartwatch. This time around though, I'm not sure anticipation for the Pixel Watch 2 is quite as high. We were all somewhat underwhelmed by the Pixel Watch's battery life especially, even though we were very taken with its design and some of the features that it had. This time around though, the Pixel Watch 2 looks on the surface to be very similar to its predecessor, but it packs a few new crucial updates. For one thing, it has some new sensors, a skin temperature sensor, a body response sensor, as well as a multi-path heart rate sensor that should offer more context and therefore more accurate readings of your pulse. The device is also a little lighter than before, and Google's promising better battery life with the new features supported, so throw in improved workout features as well as a new personal safety tool, the Pixel Watch 2 just might be worth shelling out more money for. Let's start with the case. This thing is a new 100% recycled aluminum housing that is lighter than before, and is supposed to kind of make twisting that dial feel just a little smoother. I didn't have a Pixel Watch on me to compare side by side, so I can't tell you just how significant this difference is, but it did feel nice to wear and use. It comes in 4 color options that you can choose from, but more interesting to me is the redesigned back housing. That back housing contains the 3 new sensors here that I mentioned. First up, that multi-path heart rate sensor. This thing can automatically switch between single and multi-path modes according to how hard you're working, and apparently this is designed for improved signal quality. When you're working out, this means that there's multiple photodiodes and LEDs that can be used to measure the pulse signal from different angles and positions and give multiple independent estimates of your pulse. Google says that with this, it can get better heart rate data all day, every day, even during vigorous workouts. So as much as your device might be shaking about on your wrist, you'll still get good heart rate data here. From the brief amount of time I had the Pixel Watch 2 on my wrist, it didn't feel like there was so much more contact that it was oppressive or uncomfortable, but I will have to wear it during an actual workout to tell you if it's any flimsier or more stable. Now, the other 2 sensors here help Google better understand your body's stress reactions. The first is a CEDA sensor, or continuous electrodermal activity monitor. Google will use data from that, which is looking for microscopic beads of sweat, and combine it with info about your heart rate variability, your pulse itself, as well as your skin temperature, and use that to assess your level of stress. When the device detects some sort of body response, you get a prompt to log your mood, and then a follow-up suggestion to intervene. So say you're feeling stress, it might suggest you do a meditation, for example. You can also monitor your trends over time to get a better sense of what might trigger you more than other things. Now, of course, stress reactions, stress response are things that are very hard to quantify. So take all of this with a little bit of a grain of salt. But by no means is this a new feature. I mean, Fitbit devices have done this in the past alongside a slew of other fitness trackers in the market. I didn't sit around using the Pixel Watch 2 to measure my stress reaction. I'll have to spend more time with a device to really get a better sense for. I did put it on and go for a quick run on the treadmill here at the demo event, and while I didn't run for long enough to get some of the new workout features to show up, it is worth mentioning that the new features like personalized heart rate zones or pace coaching are very similar to what Apple has started to offer in watchOS as well. The implementation here may or may not be exactly the same. I also will point out that Samsung also offers a similar feature in the Galaxy Watch 6. Something that is new to the Pixel Watch 2 that should have been there from the beginning is auto workout ending detection. Now, in the past, the Pixel Watch would, yes, recognize that you've started walking for a certain amount of time and then prompt you to log that workout or maybe automatically record it. But it wouldn't know when you've fully stopped. It will know when you've paused, so you won't, track those minutes that you're paused at a stoplight, for example, as part of your run. It just didn't know when you stopped altogether. And so now for 7 types of workouts, the Pixel Watch 2 will tell you when it's noticed you've maybe ended. Speaking of features that either should have been there or are being introduced in other competitors this year, Google is bringing a safety check tool to its slew of personal safety features already on the Pixel Watch. So the original Pixel Watch did have fall detection and emergency SOS, again, 2 features that are also on Apple Watches. This year, Google is introducing Safety Check on the watch. This is, again, similar to a feature on Apple's iOS 17, where basically you can let a loved one or a few loved ones know that, hey, you're out and about, and you'll check in once you've reached home. So using your GPS location information, it will just automatically let your contacts know you've gotten back safely. Google's implementation is slightly different. The Pixel Watch 2's Safety Check lets you set a timer for a specific duration of time, and when that time is up, the watch will prompt and ask if you're okay. Now, if you don't respond, it will send your location and any sort of assorted information you've designed it to send to your list of emergency contacts. You can also use emergency sharing with your friends and loved ones to just real-time share your location for a set amount of time, just in case you're in a new, unfamiliar area or you just don't feel safe. Fitbit Premium subscribers will also be able to use their watches to do emergency communications with location sharing and stuff, even when they're out of signal. Aside from those individual, more noteworthy features I've just talked about, there are just a lot of little improvements all over the Wear OS 4 system that I don't have time to really deep dive into here. So some Google apps will get better integration on Wear OS 4. The assistant will get better at handling health and fitness requests, which is similar to a Siri health request that we just learned about on the Apple Watch Series 9. There are some new watch faces, like an at-a-glance face that puts more information on the main screen so you can see it more quickly. And finally, battery life. Now that was a big complaint about the original Pixel Watch. With the Pixel Watch 2, Google is enabling the always-on display by default, which could drain the battery life by a lot, which is something we discovered with the original Pixel Watch. But Google is now saying that even with the AOD turned on, you'll still get a full 24 hours of juice. When you do run out, it should just take 75 minutes to get you back up to full. I can't tell you right now if I feel the Pixel Watch 2 is worth upgrading from the original Pixel Watch. I think I'll need to really spend time with it to understand the battery life improvements here before I can say that. But if you're already intrigued, feel free to pre-order the thing. The pre-orders are available today, October 4th, and we have a pre-order post up on Engadget.com to guide you in the direction of the best deals for it. For now though, the Pixel Watch 2 feels a lot like the smartwatch that Google and Fitbit wanted it to be, borrowing a lot of the Google Smarts and Fitbit's advanced sensors and health insights and married them a little bit better. Whether this will translate to better real-world use, we'll have to wait for a full review to find out. So for that, and for more coverage of the world of smartwatches, make sure to come back to Engadget.com. And if you like our content, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until next time, I need a nap. You've ended. I've ended.